All right, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. One more sip of that. We're going to dive in. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, most of you should know who I am. But if you don't, I'm Corey Mayo, and I am going to be leading this wellness group for the next month. And I am so excited that you girls are here. Um, I think that so many times we have these big goals or aspirations for ourselves. We're ready to feel change. We're ready to have more energy and to just feel more confident when we get dressed, to feel better in our own skin. But sometimes that can feel overwhelming. Life can be overwhelming, and it can be a challenge to create a sustainable routine, right? That so often we kind of, sometimes we just want instant gratification, right? Like we want to see the results right away to feel like what we're doing is working. Um, but a lot of times it's a challenge to feel like we can create a new routine when we already feel like maybe we're just getting by with our day to day. So I want to one touch on the fact that um, you are not Amazon Prime, you are not Siri, you are not Alexa, you are not Google Home. You are a human being who is juggling many different facets of life. And this change is not going to happen overnight. Okay. We have to learn to fall in love with the process, the fact that working on our mindset, choosing healthier foods for ourselves, moving our bodies through workouts and walking outside and being active with our families are all habits that are creating healthier, happier versions of ourselves. Okay. It's not going to give you abs overnight. You're not going to be a size 2 tomorrow, but maybe that's not the goal, right? What if we focused on our goal just being the healthiest version of ourselves? And that looks very different depending on what season of life you're in. But learning to create habits that are taking care of us, honoring us, and growing a little bit more each day through that process. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you and invite you to open your heart to falling in love with the process of choosing healthier habits. Okay. That takes the pressure off of having to, you know, follow nutrition or this plan perfectly to check all the boxes with our workouts. How many of you have done that? You started a workout routine, and if you miss a day, you throw in the towel and you feel like you have to start back with day one because you missed a day. You guys, we can't keep starting and stopping. We just have to keep going, right? We just have to keep showing up for ourselves. So let's say you do days 1 through 3, and on day 4, life happens, you didn't sleep very well, whatever, and you aren't able to get the workout in. Do day 4 the next day or the following day if you happen to get sick. We have to let go of this all or nothing, this perfection mindset that we have to do it a certain way. What we need to do is to follow a routine that fits our life, that allows us to keep showing up. We're not going to want to keep showing up if we keep beating ourselves up every time we have a misstep, right? That's when we learn to embrace, okay, today was a bad day, it was an off day, it didn't happen. I'm making it a priority tomorrow. And you look at your schedule and you see, when is it going to happen tomorrow? Okay. So that's, I just kind of wanted to start with a little bit of mindset and just bring a perspective of falling in love with the process, that this is your life. Okay. We're not just working out and choosing healthier foods to be a certain size because, spoiler, when you get to that size, if you don't do the mindset work and you don't learn to love yourself and to love the process that you're doing this, why you're doing this, you're still not going to be happy when you get to that certain size. Okay. That's not what this is about. What we're here to create is a healthier lifestyle. That means mindset, nutrition, and fitness. It encompasses everything. BODi now calls it health esteem. It's working on all areas of life. Okay. So, with that said, I have 4 things I want to touch on really quick. to help you girls through this process, okay? So many of you have used BODi before, you're very familiar with it. If you're not, you're going to learn, okay? So I'm going to actually show you, I'm gonna screen share my phone and I'm going to navigate the app for you. And should pop up here. Yep, I'm gonna get rid of this so that's not in the background and distracting. Okay. Okay, so this is my phone here, okay? So right here you can see I have all my Beachbody. I probably should rename that, right? It's now BODi. The Beachbody On Demand app is right here, or the BODi app. So I'm gonna open that and you'll see it says BODi right here. I'm gonna click on that app. This is where you're gonna find everything, you guys. Everything is in one place to make it super simple, okay? I didn't even log my workout for today. And you know what's really weird is the last time I did a video like this, my time was off. I'm not sure why it does that and why it says it's 9:41 because it's definitely not 9:41. Okay, so at the bottom, you're going to see this is your home screen. This is programs. So if you click on programs, this is where you're going to find those of you who are used to the original Beachbody On Demand, or you're familiar with the DVDs we used to have. That is where all of the programs are. And you can kind of scroll each category here, or at the very top, you can do the search button. Okay, so that's where all of our programs are. If you click on the center one right here, BODi, excuse me, this is where you're going to find all the live classes. So you can scroll up here to search different ones. You can browse all. You can scroll down. So the super blocks are going to be here, or I'm sorry, the blocks. These are the two that I have participated in. So these are the two that show for me personally. And then these are going to show all of the upcoming BODi blocks that you can participate in. Now, you guys, the BODi blocks, I'm going to stop screen share really quick. So the BODi blocks are live classes. They're 3 weeks long. And then the fourth week is called Up Week, where you only have maybe 2 or 3 workouts and you can kind of play around with other programs. The beauty of the blocks is it's designed to be kind of like a program, okay? Like our guided programs from before, but it's utilizing the live classes from a variety of different trainers. So you're getting to kind of dabble in the different trainers in the live classes, but it's guided in a format so that if you're doing total body, that you're getting a variety of your muscle groups. If you're doing the iron block, it's going to be workouts that are comprised more of the workouts that are heavier lifting, and for those who maybe are advanced or want to push a little bit harder with some heavier weights. There's also the cycle block. So if you have the mixed bike or a bike, you can cycle through those blocks as well. And then you also have the super block, and the super block is going to be this year is basically the recreation of an original program. So last month, or for the month of April, because we're winding down, it was a 21-day fix. Autumn recreated the 21-day fix. It was amazing. For the month of May, it's going to be T25, and then there's going to be a new version each month. If you do not have a current subscription to Shakeology or the Performance Line, it is an additional fee to unlock that super block, just for the super block. All the other blocks are available to you just like everything else. But the super block, because it's essentially a brand new program designed by a specific trainer, that program is going to be $29 to unlock it. Okay, so that is an option. But I don't want you to think that that's the only option that you have, because you have a lot of resources to utilize. I'm going to go back to sharing here so we can work through the rest of this. Okay. Okay. So you have your blocks here, like I was talking about. Then you have any recommended programs for you here. You can see the live classes here, like this class right here is currently in session. You can sign up for any of these live classes that are coming up, okay? And you can see the full schedule to see any other of the live classes that are coming up. Okay, so then that's just kind of a breakdown. Now, Nutrition. I'm going to show you another place that you can access the nutrition, but you do have access to our 2B mindset as well as our portion fix. Now, you guys, I want you to decide right now, how invested are you going to be in your nutrition? Are we going to aim to create some more mindfulness around our nutrition and work on adding in vegetables and kind of starting to track where we're at? Or have we already been doing that and we're ready to dial it in a little bit more and dive into more of a guided program? That is where you are at, okay? We are all in different places of our journey. So I want you to decide what's best for you. There are seasons that I'm just more mindful and I'm not really tracking. There are seasons like I'm going into Monday, I'm starting in a season where I really want to be more focused and I'm going to be tracking, and I will personally follow the portion fix. If you take this short little quiz, it's just a couple questions, but it is going to help you identify with your personality and your lifestyle which program is going to be best suited for you. So I encourage you to take that. Okay. So if we scroll back up, I'm going to go back to the home screen. You'll also see that there's fitness here, which you can access the workouts, nutrition. So if you click on the nutrition, you're also going to be able to access those two programs that we just talked about, as well as all of the recipes. Okay, so you can kind of scroll through that to get an idea of the different things that you have access to. See all the recipes here, nutritional supplements, new recipes, the 2B mindset basics, the portion fix basics. So if you decide to follow one of the nutrition programs, you can click on these, watch the few short videos that is paired with each program, and it's going to teach you exactly how to utilize the program. Okay. I'm going to click back. There's also mindset here. Okay. So at the top, which I love, you guys, I'm going to talk a lot about mindset and perspective. But this is a whole new section that you can actually dive into and dive into all the videos and resources that they have that are around mindset. Okay. So that is just another tool that's available to you. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you really quick is groups. This is where you're going to access me. And if you saw when I first logged in, it said share your workout. So when you share your workout, it's going to share it to the group that you're in. Okay, so for me, I have 3 groups right now. Okay, this Mind and Body Wellness Studio is actually ending at the end of the month. This Rise with Fire is my ongoing group. And this is going to be the group that you guys are in if you're participating in the May group with me. Okay. So you're going to click on that. And right now there are no posts because I just created the event. But this is where at the very top, and I can show you in a different group. Let me show you by going into this one. Anything that's important or that I share, I will actually pin at the top. So when you come into the group, that's going to be the first thing that you see. Okay. And then you'll be able to see the other girls who have posted and shared for the day. Okay. Likewise, when you log your workout, that's going to show there so that way we can love and comment on your activity. Okay. But the project view is where you will be over here under the tracking button. Okay. This is where you can adjust if you're following Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. If you're following one of the programs, it will then allow you to track your nutrition. I use the Portion Fix, so I have the container set up, and then I will track. I haven't done it yet today. I will track my foods for the day. You can track your nutritionals. So if you're using any of our supplements, I personally use First Thing, Energize, Recover, and Beach Bars. So I will log all of those. I can actually just do that now. I have on my second Energize for today, Recover, and a Beach Bar. So I've used all of those for today. And then you can also track your water. Okay. I'm not going to track it yet because I'm not done with my gallon. And then under results, you can actually log your weights. You can log all your measurements. You can log notes, how you're feeling, how are you sleeping, what's your energy level like. You can add your progress photos, and those photos can share to the group, or they don't have to share at all. You can keep them private just for you so that you have those for yourself. Okay. And then up here at the top, if you're utilizing Shakeology, you just click that you use Shakeology. I did today. I'll just log it so you guys can see how this kind of works. Had chocolate with lunch today. My meals are really off right now, you guys, just because I haven't been to the grocery store. Okay, and then I'm gonna scroll down here. So you can see that I did a cycle. It already logged it for me, but I didn't actually share it to the group. So I wanna pop on here and I'm gonna add a photo. Share my photo for the day. Use this to warm up before I did my Murph training for the day. Okay, so then that's going to share to that group that I just shared with you guys, that I showed you where that's at, right? Then that way the girls can see that I did my activities for the day. Okay, so that's how you kind of navigate the app. It's really pretty simple, you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. But this group is going to, you're going to get so much more out of the group if you log in, pop in once a day. I don't want you guys living in the group. I don't need the, like, we're all busy. You don't need to live in the group. Pop in there once a day, check for the posts, maybe love on another person's post for the day that shared their workout, or maybe a meal, or maybe somebody shared. You guys, the group is open. Like, if you find a quote that you love, you click on here, and just like you do on Facebook, right? You click and add a photo, you add the photo, and you can create a post just like you do there. Oh, I'm showing you, like, I'm still screen sharing, but you get the idea, right? That you can just pop on there and still share other things. You can share meals, you can share recipes that you find, you can share inspirational quotes. A lot of times the girls in the Rise with Fire, because that's a bigger group, it's our ongoing group. The girls will share Instagram reels that they listened to and they found empowering. So, you know, there is no right or wrong way, but if you find it empowering, share it, because it's probably going to empower someone else in the group. Okay. Okay, so number two is creating a routine. We are going to aim to improve 1 to 3 habits this month. Okay, remember when I started the call off that we're not going to get in this all or nothing mindset where we have to check all the boxes and do all of the things, because then what happens? We get overwhelmed, it becomes too much, and we just let everything go instead of focusing on maybe 1, 2, or 3 habits that we can improve. So what does that look like for you? Well, I'm going to offer some suggestions. As I was reading through your forms, sleep is lacking big time with many of you, and water intake. Those are huge, huge components to your energy levels, and then the foods that you're grabbing. Okay. A lot of times we're actually dehydrated, but we think we're hungry. So we really want to focus on water intake, and we really need to make sure that we're getting our rest. Okay. When we're tired and we're not getting our sleep, our bodies are stressed. So that's not great. Right. But then we're also reaching for the sugary carbs and sweets and snacks because we need that boost to keep going, right? So I'm going to encourage you guys, look at your routine before Monday and where can we make some adjustments so that we're getting better sleep or more sleep, okay? That we're winding ourselves down. The sweet spot for a healthy lifestyle is 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Okay. A lot of you said 6 or less. So that sweet spot of 7 to 9 hours, I don't know what's right for you. You have to kind of play around with it. For me personally, 7 is a great sweet spot for me. Okay. I ensure that I get 7 hours of sleep every night. Okay. If I go to bed at 9 p.m., my alarm is going off at 4. If I go to bed at 10 p.m., my alarm is going off at 5. Okay. See how that works? I make sure I get my 7 hours. Okay. Anything more than that, I kind of feel groggy. But if I have anything less than that, I am useless. So I want you to kind of play around with it. But what can your schedule look like that you're winding yourself down? Okay. That you're putting the phone down at night. You're not just scrolling social media, laying in bed, and you can kind of decompress, shut your mind down, and go to sleep. Okay. So sleep is going to be one I'm going to encourage all of you to really work on this next month. The next thing is water intake. It is recommended that we get half of our body weight in ounces of water every day. So for easy numbers, if we weigh 150 pounds, the minimum amount of water we should be taking in is 75 ounces of water a day. Flat water, not seltzer waters, not like LaCroix, flat, clean, pure water is going to be the recommended amount for you. Okay, now I don't want you to panic, because if you're drinking 32 ounces or less and you should be at the 75 mark, how can we improve that over the first week? We don't have to go from 0 to 100 overnight, remember? So how can we put some focus, intentionality? Okay, my goal is 75 ounces. How can I improve that today? Right? So kind of think about, how can you increase your water intake through the day? Think about it. Like, you guys, if you drink 12 to 16 ounces before each meal, and then you drink a little bit in between, you're going to get there, right? So how can we kind of map that out? So that those two, I would love for those to be your goals. Um, and then at least those two things be your goals for this month. If you're already getting 7 hours of sleep and you're doing good there, then maybe we're going to focus on nutrition. We're going to focus on focus on nutrition. My husband just called me, so it distracted me. With our meal plan, we're gonna get in how many workouts a week? What's doable for you? I want you guys to write these things down and drop them in the comments below, so that way we know these are the three things I'm gonna focus on: water, sleep, and this many workouts a week. Or water, following this meal plan, and this many workouts a week. What are you going to focus your energy in? Okay. Um, and then the beauty of this is, when we focus on just a couple of things, we can get into a really good rhythm with them. We establish healthier habits because we're not overwhelming ourselves with a billion things or trying to change everything overnight. We're making small shifts that are doable for us, right? Then we can do what we call habit stacking, where we master those couple of things this month, and then the next month we can add something else that we're maybe putting a little bit more focus on, that we're refining a little bit more, and just keep adding to that. Okay. All right, so we're working on routine. Number 3 is mindset and personal growth. This is my jam. This is where I live. It makes my heart happy. It literally makes me happy because I practice so much mindset work, you guys. Self-coaching, personal development, leaning into positivity, weeding out the negative and judgment in my life so that I don't feel that pressure or that constant negative state, right? So it does take practice. All right. This hasn't happened overnight, but I'm going to really be sharing a lot of this with you guys over the next month, so that way we can help to pivot our perspective and start living from a happier space, to start looking at all the beautiful, joyful pieces of life that are right in front of us every single day, that because they're so small, sometimes we just overlook them unless we train our brains to be intentional to look for them. Okay. So we're really going to be working on mindset and looking for those little things that we're grateful for each day. I'm going to encourage you to either listen to or read some sort of personal development. And I have 3 books that I would love to recommend. The High Five Habit or the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins are both incredible. She reads both of those books herself if you get it on audio, on Audibles from Amazon, and it's incredible, you guys. I'm pretty sure you can sign up for Audible free for 30 days and you get 1 book free. Okay. So you can look into that. Another one, because as we are starting to carve out time for ourselves and creating new habits and shifting some of our focus away from doing for everyone else and starting to focus some time around ourselves, I think it's super important that we learn to have healthy boundaries. Okay. How many of you feel that mom guilt or selfish because you're taking 20 or 30 minutes for yourself, whether it's in a workout or a walk or doing some personal development, maybe doing some um, just like some reading or some journaling or whatever, you feel guilty because normally you might be doing something else for your family, or maybe at that moment, because it's always when you're trying to do something for yourself, that your kids need a snack right that second, right? We have to learn to create healthy boundaries and know that taking 20 to 30 minutes for ourselves each day is far from selfish. It is vital. And I can tell you from personal experience and from seeing my girls go through these transitions that creating those boundaries are incredibly healthy for you and your family. It sets the bar for your children to understand that they need to have boundaries themselves, right? That like, I want you to think about that. If boundaries are hard for you right now, it takes practice, okay? But if we're always, as mom, giving, 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 and they see us exhausted and tired and just barely making it through life, I want you to think about the message that we're sending them as they get older, because they're going to be adults someday who are parents, most likely, right? We want to set the example for them that it is vital that we take time, that 20 to 30 minutes. The world is not going to end, okay? I'm pretty sure most of our kiddos can probably get their own fruit snack or a piece of fruit or whatever, or they can wait 30 minutes, right? But learning to create those boundaries is going to serve you, okay? And it's going to serve your family, okay? So Boundaries by John Townsend and Henry Cloud is another recommendation. Now, let's say you're like, Corey, I just literally do not have the time for a book, even audio. Okay. So then I'm going to recommend that while you're in the shower, while you're doing your makeup, while you're cooking dinner, while you're folding laundry, whatever, put earbuds in while you're sweeping the carpet, you guys. Like, there is time that you listen to Mel Robbins' podcast or you follow Mel Robbins on Instagram. Follow and surround yourself with people who are inspiring and who are leading the life that you're working towards, not for comparison, but for tips and empowerment and proof that it can be done. Okay. And the last thing I have, so we talked about how to navigate BODi. We talked a little bit about mindset. We talked about routine and habit stacking and what we're going to focus on, right? We talked about mindset and personal growth and the books that I recommend. And the last thing is, and I already kind of said this, is lean into the group. We have a very small group working together on purpose so that you guys have more available. I'm more available to you. You have more access to me to ask questions, to know that this is a very small group where you can feel comfortable in asking questions, sharing your struggles, celebrating yourself when you do something towards your goals that aligns with your goals, that was a shift for you. But I want you girls to lean into this group, participate, go to the app, click on groups, click on Project You. That's the group that you're going to be in, right? Click on the group, engage with the other girls who are there. The reason I'm here 11 years later and still growing and still going forward and still showing up for myself and continuing to expand this journey and stack new habits that are continuing to empower more growth and happiness in my life is because I leaned into a group like this. I started to surround myself with those who were going to a similar place that I wanted to be. right? That had similar goals, that had a similar vision of creating a life with health and happiness. I shed the negativity and I started to surround myself with those who are on a growth path. That is the beauty of this group. That is what you have available to you. So if you are ready to create change, if you are ready to be on a path of growth and to create more health and happiness in your life, lean into the group. Surround yourself with other women who are on that journey, who are excited to grow forward, who are excited to learn, and know that I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I can't do this for you, you guys. We all have to walk our own path, but I absolutely will share every single resource and tool I have ever used. If there's ever anything that you are unsure about, ask. If I don't know it, I will figure it out, or we will figure it out together. I am here for you, but you have to walk your path. I'm just going to be here to help you along the way. Okay. And I am so grateful for you that you trust me to do that. I am so excited to start this new group. And I have no doubt that at the end of the month, we are going to have so much to celebrate, that we are going to be in such a different place than where we are right now, because we're going to really work to shift that perspective, to fall in love with the process of becoming the healthier, happier version of ourselves, and to keep our promise by doing our best each day. All right. All right. I love you, girls. I'm so excited to get started with you on Monday. Let's do this thing.